He's been an award-winning media personality and producer. As a speaker, he's empowered over 1 million people from the stage. Now one of the leading business coaches and brand experts is taking over the world of on-demand audio. It's the Business Bully Podcast. Now here's the business bully himself, Dave Anderson.
Yo, what up? It's yours truly, the Mohawk and real talking, living fully business bully, snapping necks and cashing checks, Dave Anderson. Woo! Yeah. Yes, I need your applause. I live for the applause. Man, I'm so excited. I'm actually on the road right now, rocking and rolling, handling some business, clanging and banging, snapping necks and cashing checks, man. Always excited to be out and about, checking out America's heartland. So actually, I'm hanging out in Wisconsin and Illinois. So I was in Chicago. I'm about to go back to Chicago. I'm going to be heading out on WGCI with Kyle Santillan and Kendra G. So I'm really excited about that. I know it's been a minute. I'm trying to get better on consistency. It's just a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on. All good things, but that's no excuse. I still got to deliver you this work. And you going to get this work. So ladies and gentlemen, one thing that I haven't done in a very long time is answer questions. So this is going to be kind of a mailbag show. A lot of you have asked questions because you've texted 2 words, business bully, to 31996, and I'll text you and say, hey, I'm giving out something, or hey, I'm about to do a show, ask me your business question. And what I wanted to do here was just to give you some insight and tell you some answers to questions that you probably aren't going to get. Also, at the end of the show, I'm going to let you know about the tour that I have coming up. It's going to be the most unorthodox tour ever, so I'm really excited about that as well. If you have not gone and subscribed to the show via iTunes or Google Play or Stitcher or Spotify or TuneIn or wherever you listen to podcasts, I don't know what you're waiting on. Overcast, all that. I just need to make sure that you're getting your bully fix. And please go through the archives. All the shows, I do my best to keep them as relevant as humanly possible so they don't really sound dated. But every once in a while, something will come up that's timely. So, make sure you give me your feedback too. All those 5-star ratings, whether you like the show or not, give me a 5-star rating. I will read it on the air. I definitely appreciate that. So what I want to do is just take this time. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but it is a situation where I want to go through and try to give you as many answers as I possibly can to your questions. So there were a lot of people who had questions, and I want to start and answer them. So let's just dive in here. Let's see what's going on. I have no idea who that is. People are weird. Somebody said when I text my text message list, people think it's a robot. Just like if you are to become a fan or send me a request on Facebook, I'm like, hey, how are you? What can I do for you? People don't believe it's me. It's actually me. I don't like the whole bot thing. I'm with it. I think automation is great, but I want you to know that I'm here, and I think that that's one of my distinct advantages. So let's dive right in, see what we have here. Got a question from Tough Girl Security. So Tough Girl Security says, hey, Dave, my question is, how do I hire interns and make it worth their while? Great question. I get this question a lot. So the simple answer to your question about how to hire interns and make it worth their while is simple. First, you want to make sure that you're going through the school. That way, the interns can use it as an actual course and get course credit towards their graduation or completion of their degree. The other thing that you can do is create incentives or create a track where they can then work for you or have some bonus structures. And then if you want to really make it sexy, give them maybe like a small per diem or stipend, for travel, food, anything like that. If you have the kind of job or kind of business that has some kind of perks that, college people would be into, then get with the perks, partner. But that's the simplest and easiest way I know to get interns. Because what you don't want to have is slave labor, because what can happen is somebody from the government could come down on you. It'd just be a nightmare. So don't fuck with it. So I hope that answers your question there, Tough Girl Security. Thanks for it. It is an awesome question. Let's see here. I got another question here from it looks like Jay Cordner out of New York. So shout out to New York City. Question is, hey Dave, what is the best time to jump from employee to entrepreneur? This is a question I get a lot. So Jay, I'm going to tell you, shout out to you, Jay. Jay, you're like literally 11 days older than me. I just saw your birth date on my calendar. So shout out to you for that. Jay, the reason I'm stalling in my answer is because I need to be clear about this. You know, like I know, that asking somebody when the right time is to jump from employee to entrepreneur is a real personal decision. I will also say that it's just like when people I used to say this all the time. I never want to have kids. I don't want to have kids because I'll never have enough money. I'm not in a place with that. I want to see the world, blah, 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 skibbity bop. And the truth of the matter is no one's ever ready to have kids. Even if you think you're ready to have kids, you ain't ready to have kids. Like, you don't even know like what comes with that. And so it's the same thing with jumping out of the cubicle farm and into the entrepreneur fire. You have to be so Trump tight with where you are in the landscape and where you are in your headspace that you got this down. And a lot of people will tell you, oh, make sure you have 6 months of income saved and make sure you do. And my whole thing is, if you popping, if you got that idea, if it's been researched, if you're ready to go, then all you need to do is make sure you have your website popping, get yourself some Facebook ads cracking and go make your money, honey. But see, a lot of people ain't ready to have that conversation because people want to have something to fall back on. They want the nice cushy path. They want the bumper bowling path to entrepreneurship success. And I hate to be the one to tell you this, there is none. You're going to take a hit. You're going to get kicked in the nuts. And that's what happens. And you might not get kicked in the nuts right away. You might just start thriving automatically. But sooner or later, you're going to get kicked in the nuts by entrepreneurship. It happens to us all. I get kicked in the nuts at least once or twice a month. It happens. So what? Here's how I knew. When I looked at the numbers and I realized I was making more money for the company than I was taking in, and I wasn't getting even a tenth of what I was bringing to the table, when I was making companies millions of dollars and I wasn't seeing a return on that, then it was time for me to start adjusting some things and start making some different changes. And so that's what I did. And I don't have any regrets behind that. I really don't. I think that it's extremely important for you to recognize that if you hate getting up in the morning and you hate going to that job and you have a plan. So, I guess my answer to you without giving you an answer is just do what's necessary for yourself. And if you're sick of that job and you've got a dope plan, go for it. You're going to make mistakes. There is no, it's kind of like getting into a fight, like a UFC fight. You're going to get kicked. You're going to get punched in the mouth. Someone might jump on top of you, start grounding and pounding. But if you're a champion, you're going to get up off your ass, fight back, and knock them the fuck out. And that's what you have to do. And if you get knocked out, then you get back up and you make it happen. But one thing that I don't want people to do is start playing scared. Because you can't be two places at one time. There's a couple places where you can be. Like, there's a place where you can be at the equator line and you can be on both sides of the equator at the same time. Like, 1 foot on one side, 1 foot on the other side. And if you stand on the line of the equator, you're actually, I think, like 3 pounds lighter or some shit. I need to stand on the equator like 30 times. But anyway, anyhow. In all seriousness, you just got to go for it. And you got to make it happen. You cannot be afraid of taking an L. You're going to take an L. So let's get that out the way. You can't be afraid of what your friends will think. Because they're going to talk shit anyway. Because when God gives you a vision, or the universe, or however you like to describe whatever higher power you subscribe to, if you subscribe to a higher power at all, whatever divining influence is giving you that idea is coming directly to you. They're not meant to understand it. So if you know that they're not meant to understand it, and you know that you have something particularly special, that you want to do, then you got to go for it and just say fuck them. Be smart about it, but make sure that you have your research, you understand your target demographics, so you can make it happen. I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers the question for a lot of folks, because that's the question of, when should I quit my job? Should I quit my job now? The second you're miserable, the second you can't take it anymore, that's when you quit your job. Let's see. How to do email campaign automation provided for your workflows. This is from Ankh Lovers. Hey, Ankh Lovers, that's a Google question. Everybody has their own way of doing automation. Everybody has their own setup. Some people, like ClickFunnels. Some people like Constant Contact. You can do autoresponders. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do. But that's completely up to you. And you got to be cool, on what it is that you do. Let's see here. So I just got that question. I'm going through these. Questions. Hold on. I'm trying to find some good, if it ain't one thing, it's 12 others. You can't, hold on. Sorry guys. It's a live show. Sometimes things happen. You got to make the moves you got to make. All right. So that's that question. Shout out to everybody out there in New York. A lot of New York folks are sending in their questions. New York's hungry to get after it. New York motherfuckers is really trying to get after it. Let's see here. So I got somebody's coming in from Nashville, Tennessee, my old stomping ground. Shout out to everybody in Nashville. I heard the property went way up, man. Ever since that damn TV show, Nashville has been making all the money. At least the white folks in Nashville making all the money. Black folks, sorry for you. I used to have a nice little condo in downtown Nashville overlooking what's now Nissan Stadium. I could basically watch the games from my patio. Those days are over. So this person from oh my goodness, hold on one second. This person from Nashville is asking, hey Dave, what are some of the fastest and most effective ways to draw clients? I found that some of the most fast and effective ways to draw clients are to get in front of your ideal audience and show them by example what it is you're worth. Show them how you get the results that you get and take that to a new level. Like literally get in and like demonstrate, do a Facebook Live, answer some questions for folks, like show people, what it is that you do so that then they see value in it, and I think a lot of times we get caught up in trying to make it like some really super hard, complicated process. And it's truly not. It's the simplest shit in the world. You have to show people what you do and how to make that palatable for them so that when they see your work and when they see your abilities and your strengths, then they're going to want to pay you. Because if this is what you're giving out for free, imagine what they're going to get when they enroll in your course or buy your product or purchase your services. So if you want to draw clients, first of all, you got to let people know you're available too. A lot of y'all sit back and act like everybody's supposed to know what it is that you do because you just decided one day that that's what you're going to do, or you've been working at it for a while, but you haven't had the balls to tell anybody because you're worried about what other people think. So you got to start really getting in there and letting people know what's the problem. Let them know like this is the problem I solve. And that to me is the simplest thing you can do to draw clients. You can also send out constant email lists. I believe in hitting your email list daily. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But overall, I believe that the more you're out there, the more you're going to attract people. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, someone says, hey Dave, how do you branch your clothing line out? Me and my friend have a clothing line. This is Sean. Sean from Philly says, me and my friend have a clothing line together. We just got new products made, and we're trying to figure out how to market it and where to sell besides school and Instagram. Well, if school and Instagram are working for you, sell on school and Instagram and then duplicate the model. To me, if you're making money with it, then rock and roll with it. One thing that I always tell people is we undervalue the power of influencers. People who already have a following, people who already have an audience, give them some free shit. It worked for Damon John 20 years ago. It still works today. People with an audience rocking some dope shit, people are going to buy the dope shit because of the person rocking it. And the shit is dope. But in order for people to realize the shit is dope, it's got to be someplace where people can see. It's that old adage, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it actually make a sound? So, yeah, that to me is the simplest thing in the world. You know, what are you doing to make some noise? What are you doing to create a spectacle? Have you done an online or offline fashion show and then live stream that shit? Like, what are you doing that's innovative? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm so sick of black folks in their damn clothing lines. I am. I just think that it's an oversaturated market. Unless your shit is just that damn dope, you know, or like it's really your passion. Like you just love making clothes, you love selling clothes, like that's what you love to do, then I would stay far away from it because it's so saturated, especially if you're not breaking through, you know. And, you know, have you talked to any journalists? Have you tried to pitch, you know, anybody for anything? Like this is the stuff that's extremely important for you to, you know, get yourself out there. And we don't do enough of that. What we do is we just put it up, and I've been to the field of dreams, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you build it, they ain't gonna come because they ain't gonna know that you built it. So you gotta build it, then market it, then they will come. If you build it, then market it, they will come. So push, let people know, get your folks excited about it, sponsor some parties. You know, do some real good tie-ins. If your clothing line is geared towards women, get some beautiful women of all sizes to rock that. Have yourself a photo shoot. Get yourself a calendar. Like let people see what it is that you have. You know, if the Instagram is popping like you say it's popping, you know, and I'm not saying that you're saying it's popping, but if the Instagram is popping and you're selling stuff off Instagram, double down on that. There's a lot of Instagram influencers who can make it happen for you. So that's my advice when it comes to that. So definitely, you know, thanks for the question. So David from Norristown says, how do I find out what my business should be like, what I should sell or do for someone? That's a great question. That sounds to me, Dave, like you have a passion for entrepreneurship, but you're not exactly sure where it is that you want to go. And that's fine. That sometimes takes a minute to figure out. So what I would say to you is look at the things that you love and see how you can make money from that. Like me personally, I love professional wrestling. So I would, you know, I used to freelance a lot of articles for different wrestling magazines and wrestling websites, and they did quite well. You know, but I'm passionate about professional wrestling. I used to wrestle professionally. So for me, that's a no-brainer. You have to, I believe your business should reflect your passion, not just your profits. Now, there are people who say, make money first and you can do whatever you want. Those people are stupid. And that's why there's a whole lot of rich people dying of heart attacks, because they did what was profitable, not where their passions lied. And I think if you have the right passion for something, you can be profitable. You just have to know how to monetize it. So that's what I would do. And I think it's the simplest, easiest thing in the world. But, you know, take a list of all the things that you like to do and then, you know, see how you can make money from them. And a lot of y'all don't use Google enough. Like, I'm not your fucking Google. And I'm not saying that this is what you're doing, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, this is on another note. Write a list of the things that you like and the things that you like to do, the things that interest you. And then I want you to write the following phrase in Google. How do I make money with insert thing here? You know, a love of basketball. How do I make money from loving to travel? How do I make money from knitting? How do I make money from loving makeup, whatever the case may be. And, there's your answer. Like, really get after it. So thanks for that question. That's a really good question. Let's see here. This is a question from Jared, and Jared is in Dallas. What up, Dallas? What up, DF Dub? What up, everybody out there? Arlington, Plano, Little Elm, Frisco. Yeah, I mean, that whole DF Dub Metroplex, man. Love y'all so much. Had a great time out there when I lived there. Also had some hell out there. I was homeless out there. But you live and you learn. What are some ways that entrepreneurs can raise capital to grow and scale their business? Great question, Jared. I will say this to you. There's a number of ways you can do it. If you're working a job, right, and you treat your job like it's an investor, then you're taking that money and you're funneling it into your business. Also, sell some stuff. Like, if you want to raise capital, you can go get a loan. I highly recommend against it. I'm not a big fan of it because it puts you behind the 8 ball. Also, when it comes to raising funds, like, you can go to the bank, you can get a business plan together and do all that good stuff. But what you really should do, crowdfunding is great. I've written books on crowdfunding. They're available on Amazon. I think that if you do it right, you can really make it happen. But where most people go wrong with crowdfunding, for example, is that they treat it like, hey, give me money so that I can go do this. Not, hey, I need money so that we can have this product or service that's going to make your life, your marriage, your business, your experience better. So I think crowdfunding is a great way to go. You just have to be able to give people enough incentives. And then also in your crowdfunding, one thing that I will say, and I go over this in my book, you need to make sure that you're giving people incentives. Like when LeVar Burton, who's a big star, when he wanted to turn Reading Rainbow into an app, the one thing that he did was he made sure, like, hey, you want to come hang out and have dinner with me? No problem. It's $5,000 for that. If you want to put the visor I wore on Star Trek on your face, no problem. We'll hang out. I'll put the visor on you the whole nine. We'll tell Star Trek stories. Like, if you want me to read your kid a bedtime story, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff that's going to be valuable to people so that they're incentivized to give you money. That's where I would go through. I would go through crowdfunding before I ever went and got a loan. That way it's money you don't have to pay back and you're not starting off your business at a deficit. So, again, I hope that helps. So let's see what else here. What else? Hey, Dave, how do I get, what's the first step in getting started and getting into wholesale real estate? Wholesale real estate ain't my lane. I'm not a wholesale real estate guy. I know enough to be dangerous, but I'm actually going to bring on an expert in a couple of weeks to go over real estate. And for people, because a lot of people ask me about real estate, it's not my thing. I don't really care about it. I understand that it's important, and the one thing that I will say, Lex Luthor famously said that his father told him that they're not making any more land. I beg to differ. They might not be making any more physical land, but there's a whole different landscape that you can go ahead and, get popping. And that is the online landscape. So you want to definitely have property there as well. So yeah, we're going to talk about real estate in the coming weeks. But definitely thanks for your question, Emmanuel out of Atlanta. Forever, I love Atlanta. What's up? ATLANTAGA, that's where I stay. What up? Love that town, man. Home of Pastor Troy right there. Shout out to everybody over in the A. Let's see here. Let's see here. What is this? All right, cool. So those were all of those questions. Hopefully, that really, got your juices flowing. If you ever have any questions, you can always text business bully, 2 words, to 31996. And then just, hit me with your questions. Just hit me up. That's what we're here for, man. I want to make sure that I answer all your questions and, get what you need answered, because it's extremely important to me, that we get your answers for you and get you what you need. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Oh, I found 2 more questions. No, somebody already asked that one. Somebody from Jackson, Mississippi is asking me how to transition from a 9 to 5 into entrepreneurship, all that good stuff. And if you're stuck specifically and you want some specific questions answered that I didn't get to on the show, you can always go to bit.ly/bully call and schedule a call to no obligation discovery call with me and my team, and we'll see what we can definitely do for you. Let's see here. Oh, got another one here. This is from Napoleonville, Louisiana. So this person from Napoleonville, Louisiana is obviously remaining anonymous. Says, hey Dave, what are some of the marketing tools you use to reach your target? I'm already live streaming some of us or still not getting where we need to get. You're not getting where you need to get via live streaming and marketing, probably because you're doing it wrong or your message isn't compelling enough. You got to show up differently. See, a lot of y'all get on live streaming, you do this. Hey, everybody, I'm just waiting for some people to come on, and then I'm going to get started. I don't want to sit through that because 95% of the people going to be watching on the replay because most people are at work or having sex or, eating snacks. Excuse me, had to have some water. My throat was dry. And, it's one of those things where you got to make sure that you're getting right to it. Hey, my name is, I help this group of people solve this problem by use of my technique, which is this. And once you do that, then you start rolling in and you start giving people your expertise, giving them a way to reach you, giving them a way to keep in touch with you, and you keep pushing. It is literally that simple. All right. So I hope that helps. Again, you can always get on my calendar, bit.ly/bully call. And if you just want to ask a question via text, it's you text business bully to 31996. And that's it for this show, man. I will talk to you soon, very, very soon. So you take care and please get out of your feelings and into your business. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Want free business and marketing tips from Dave? Text Business Bully to 31996. That's Business Bully to 31996. Standard data and text message rates apply.